Everyone. We are live from Thompson Bowling Arena. I figured out how to get all of this set up and going. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. They're tearing down the arena to get ready for a concert, so that's all the noise. Hopefully, Alexis will be here soon. She's still at the restaurant, but I definitely wanted to go ahead and get this show going after the post-game press conference from the Lady Vols. Let's get the exact score: 108-44 win over Georgia College in an exhibition game. It, of course, does not go in the stat book. None of these stats actually count, but it is good to see the team back on the court. Can everybody hear me okay, too? I'm setting this up on the new laptop, and I just want to make sure. I'm also checking Twitter to make sure we have gone out the door here. Yeah, I have figured out the logistics, of course, of the post game. Now that we're sort of post-pandemic combo, I've got a mask here, but I'm the only one out here minus the crew, which is the same level. So I can take this mask off. Alexis, you made it.
I did. What's up?
Hey, I got myself out of the press room, got back out in media row. Got to make sure Alexis can see her favorite place in the world, Thompson Bowling Arena.
There it is. All that orange. I love it.
Here we are. It's
how was it?
A little loud because they're tearing the floor down. There's a concert coming up, but so y'all going to hear some banging and clanging behind me. But it's better than talking in the press room where I'm interrupting people trying to actually do some work. So it was it was 108-44. I mean, that's what you expect in an exhibition game. Everybody played, all 12 players available. Everybody scored. So I think almost everybody, did everybody get a rebound? Nearly everybody got a rebound, but everybody did get at least one rebound. So everybody scored, everybody got at least one rebound. Get a lot of minutes, a lot of film study. Did you get to see any of it, Alexis, or have you been busy over there?
I got to watch quite a bit of the game, actually, and we streamed it here. Of course, we actually had Lady Vol fans call in. Are y'all streaming the game? Which, of course, we are, just to let everybody know. If it's on TV, if it can be streamed, if it's on ESPN Plus, doesn't matter the network. If we can watch it, we will stream it. That'll be both men and women, but especially Lady Vol basketball. So I was excited to watch it. I like how we started. We came out aggressive. We started strong. And there were just moments in the game where you could tell, like, okay, we got this. Let's give them a chance. And I guess that I don't know. I had that killer instinct in me, and I don't like giving people a chance. Like, I low key was mad that they had 19 points at half. Like, I was literally upset. And like, the Lady Vol fans that are watching the game, like, oh, they're killing, they're doing great. I was like, man, they almost scored 20 at half.
All right. That's okay.
It's a good thing. It's a start. Everybody got a chance to play. Everybody got an opportunity to play. I like the flow that we had for the most part. Overall, we looked pretty good there as far as continuity and chemistry. Looking forward to amp it up and get to these Division I matchups. But definitely shout out to my Lady Vols hitting over that hundo. That's always something to be proud of. And like you said, Maria, everybody getting on the boards, with something, points, rebounds. That's important. I did see us dabbing on the floor. I saw us getting out in transition. Boy, we look like a track team from time to time, which is good. Snoop, we talked about her a lot. That's Alexis Dye, in case you don't know. And I cannot wait. Until you get the games where there's more at stake, because I think that she has that killer, that beast, that dog in her, and I can't wait to see it come out.
Yeah, we talked to her post game, and she said I was nervous before that game. I mean, of course you are. It's the first game at home. There's fans back. I mean, you're playing at Tennessee, but it doesn't show in how she plays. If she was nervous, you wouldn't have guessed it. I mean, that first alley-oop basket she got, boom, she was.
I know, right? That's
to
what I'm talking about. A great start. I'm like figuring it out, trying to get it up, and that's the first play I see. I said, okay, all right, we came to show out a little bit today.
Jay Hornbuckle, who you may know, wanted to
Yeah.
know who Tennessee played at Georgia College. It's a Division II program. Obviously, you can't play D1 in exhibition games if you open them up to the fans. So it is an overmatched opponent. Nobody's saying great win over an overmatched opponent. As you know, an exhibition game, you want to get your new kids on the floor. You want to get minutes. You want to get teaching film. Um, I asked Kelly after the game, what are two things you liked and two things you didn't like? She did not like the free throws. My goodness, 9 of 21. That's
Ooh,
yeah,
wee.
didn't like those one bit. And
Man.
there was a stretch in the second half where they had 5 consecutive possessions of only one pass before a shot went up. She didn't like that one bit at all.
That's when you
And
get excited. I mean, you're winning by God knows, an ungodly amount. So that's a heat check.
she caught a timeout in the first half. They'd gone on a huge run, and Georgia College scored on an easy basket, and she called timeout. I mean, they're up like 30, and she is chewing into them on the sideline, and that's a good sign. She did not like the defense on that one possession one bit. So she's
I mean, and it's good. That's a good sign that even though we're winning, even though we're supposed to win, even though this is not going to be our toughest opponent, listen, I still need us to execute. I still need us to do this. I still need us to do that. I'm not going to accept this. That's important, Maria. So I'm glad that she started out that exhibition or this exhibition game that way.
Yeah, the stakes will get higher next week.
Yeah.
Obviously, Southern Illinois comes in town. I mean, once the game had its physical moments, and I always like to look at the freshmen because those foul calls aren't going to be called. I mean, they're inside getting a rebound. In high school, you get the ball and nobody's clawing at you. These little Georgia College kids were digging in on them and scrapping, and good for them. And
I like that. I like that.
You can see the freshmen going, wait a minute, that's not a foul. I'm like, nope, not in college.
Not in college. It's not in the SEC for sure. You got to toughen up, Buttercup, as Coach Summit would say. That's just what it is. You're going to get hung on. That's Tamari Key. You're going to get smacked in the face, your arms pulled down, and that still might not be a foul. So the best thing that the freshmen could learn to do is finish through contact.
All right, Christian.
We all need that, but the freshmen especially need to catch on to that quickly.
And there was, I mentioned on our show yesterday, you're going to have an official call a foul that's not a foul because they don't think a woman can do that. Tamari Key had a clean block. Foul called. I mean, fans just lit into it. And I'm like, okay, Tennessee's up 60 almost at this point. But I'm like, that was an official I've never seen before. Probably won't see again. So
and that's probably a sympathy call at that point too.
Yeah, I mean, Tamari Key, there was nobody really on the floor that came past Tamari Key's armpits. So, I mean, what are you going to do out there with her? I mean,
yeah, not much. I would like to see TK finishing those little chippies a lot better. And that was one of my things last year as well. She's going to get those rebounds. She's going to get those touches around the rim. We got to be finishing that at 60, 70%, 80%. Like 60 to me is like, look, because you got 2 feet in the paint and you are pretty much at the rim. So I would like to see her finishing her percentage of finishing those close baskets, those putbacks a lot higher. But I think that's going to come.
there was several.
I was just bunnies. One possession where it was offensive rebound, miss layup, it was like 4 or 5 in a row. Like, oh, come on, ladies, we got to make one of those. And eventually we made a couple of them. But, against bigger teams, against stronger teams, especially in conference SEC, we're not going to get away with 4 or 5 offensive rebounds and missed layups in a row. That's going to be going the other way. So just cleaning up the little stuff. But I was happy with what I saw in this exhibition game.
Yeah, I saw a lot of it. It's not a bad thing, particularly the younger ones, but over eager, and that can throw off your layup sometimes because you're just so excited that you're right there that you don't gather yourself. Take a split second, gather yourself, and
excitement will do it. Listen, I've shot a ball across the backboard a couple of times, maybe probably more than a couple if I'm being honest with myself, and it gets to excitement, or I didn't think I was that wide open, or I thought I was going to get fouled. And so I either shorted it or I went too hard. But either way, we'll find it. You play through contact. If we finish those little chippies, which I think we're going to get a lot of this season, and I think we're going to get a lot of transition baskets, And I know I'm basing this off of a D2 school in an exhibition game, Maria, but and correct me if I'm wrong, I could see us getting out in transition a lot better than we have in a long time.
No, I agree. They are looking to run, and they've got post players who get that outlet quick.
Oh
They don't
yeah.
look get the ball and stand around looking for somebody. They are their eyes up, and that ball is gone. And
Oh yeah.
that Sarah Puckett did that in the fourth quarter, a meaningless final 4 minutes, essentially. But she got a rebound down on our end, of course, and that ball was in her hand a half second. Eyes up, found Brooklyn Miles. Brooklyn Miles had a direct shot to the basket. Those are little things that I notice when I'm watching. I'm like, all right, that is a fundamentally sound basketball player.
Oh yeah. And you
She's
need that. You need that.
Karen said she's so glad you two got this tonight. Yeah, I've sort of figured out the post game. I hope to be able to, same thing, get out here, about an hour after the game ends. I can flip around and come back out
Okay.
once we get
That's
our
good to
post.
know.
We are doing in-person post game. Some may be a hybrid. I don't know. Every game is everybody's figuring it out. But
Right. Well, I'm glad that we were able to do this. I was actually out here helping one of the employees in their shift properly or whatever, and then I'll go to the back and I hear Lex. I'm like, yeah, no answer. They're like, oh, Bobby wants you. So I go in the office, like Maria asked if you can do the show. I was like, yeah, hold on, let me go get my computer set up. So
yeah, I had to call Bobby because I was on this laptop. I didn't have Restream set up on it, so I couldn't think of the password. So I had to call Bobby.
it worked out well. I'm glad we were able to hop on and give a little rundown of what we saw. And I appreciate you, being my eyes and ears in the stadium, because obviously I could not get there tonight.
Yeah, I got to show it to you, man. They're taking your floor down, though. I can
Come on,
dunk
man.
on those baskets, man.
Oh
Look at
man,
those
listen,
baskets.
at basketball camps, when they would be like adjusting the baskets or in the morning, we would come and dunk and do crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Like
I
it
can
was like
make these shots.
go get you a bucket, Maria.
Yeah, I need to get what? No, they might put me to work, so I'll stay over here. I'll give you some stats. Obviously, rebounding numbers 64-33. I mean, that's 31 offensive rebounds. They did shoot. Let's see, what did they end up shooting? They ended up shooting for the game. Where's Tennessee stats? They shot 52.3% for the game, 41.2% from the line. Kelly, like I said, 42.9% from the free throw line. They better be glad these stats don't count. I mean, this game didn't happen. These will never be in the record book.
If they run the difference in sprints, Maria, if they run the difference in sprints, I guarantee that percentage will go up. When Pat started doing that to us, I think everybody's free throw percentage improved.
And some missed it. Ray Burrell, I mean, shout out Ray Burrell. She was 3 for 3. Ray is outstanding at the line. So, and some miss that should make. I mean, just it's a free throw. You got to hit them.
Yeah, I wasn't the best free throw shooter, so I'm not really gonna get on nobody's butt too hard. But the fact of the matter is, free throws are a major component into winning a national championship. And let's face it, that's the only goal. And if that's our goal, then we'll have a successful season because our focus is to take it all. So even if we fall a little bit short, I think that we'll still have a successful season. So free throws are important. Take it from someone who was not a great free throw shooter and who wishes they would have just took a little more time, especially as a guard, to get that percentage up. So guards, I need us 80% or better. Listen, no excuses. Yeah. All right, 80%. I would say call me. I'll go to the gym with you. It's not an option right now. Holla at me mid-season, though.
Gerald Ford said, just like Maria mentioned the other night, Kelly got on them twice. Her intensity is way up there as it should be for the start of the season. It really is. I mean, when she got on them, I mean, the outcome was long over, but she was hot about something. She was hot about that shot in one case. I think she was hot about all those no one-pass basket shots too. So, but that's a good thing. That means Kelly's comfortable with this team, and she's going to get in their grill if she needs to.
Yeah. And that's important. We spoke on that. That's very important.
It was fun. I mean, Ross is her little brother. Brent was her other brother. I think Brent and Kelly were closer in age and really went at it as kids. Ross was the baby. But it was a good night. He was here. Her parent, mom was here. Family was here from Sparta. Kelly said it was killing her mother not to wear orange. She wore beige, so that was as neutral as Mama could go because
Oh
she
man,
didn't want to be pulling for one kid or the other. And Kelly said, I know it was killing Mom not to wear orange. So
that's funny. There's no favorites though, right, Mom?
no, not with your kids.
Yeah, that's funny.
And a
Um,
lot of people asked, obviously, 14 on the roster. We all know Marta Suarez out for the season with a foot injury. She was on the bench, of course. Emily Saunders was not here. A lot of people asked me on Twitter. She has a family illness and had to return home to West Virginia. So, everybody, please keep Emily and her family in your thoughts. Kelly said she will be back with the team later, but she needed to go home because of an illness in the family.
understood. Some things are bigger than basketball, yo. So
So,
I
I
know she'll
wanted
be
to.
back ready to focus and ready to play.
And Lady Vol fans are observant because I mean the game hadn't been going on 5 minutes and I'm getting text messages and Twitter messages. Where's Emily? And I'm like, man, y'all don't miss a thing,
You know they don't
anything.
miss a thing, and you know they're coming straight to you.
I know, and I understood early it was a family matter, but I'm not going to put that on Twitter because I don't know for sure, and you don't
Right.
ever put out. And then Kelly confirmed it after the game, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
It was good. It was good to be. I love having the band back. I love hearing Rocky Top by a band, not piped in on the PA system.
On the
So,
PA, it is different, right? It's a whole different feel. You can feel it in your soul when they start beating on that drum.
and Kelly said after the press conference we were done, and she said, "I just want to say something that last." She said last year I had this laptop here, and y'all were all in your little squares. She goes, "I am so glad to see you in person." She really was grateful that the media were back at our regular seats and talking, and
Oh
not
yeah,
all in our little Brady Bunch squares in a Zoom. So,
a proper interaction, a person to person interaction, so different.
Jessica said lots of men basketball players and a few football players there. Good to see that support. It always is. I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
good. Lady Vols and Lady Vols support each other. That's good.
always. That has never dwindled. Even when fan support dwindled, even during COVID, athletes, VFLs, LVFLs, always going to support each other. That's a big part of it. You know, it's almost like a sorority or a frat. You know, y'all are athletes. We want, like, I know how we were. We wanted to go support every sport we could because we also wanted them to come support us, and it worked out beautifully. Even though I personally never made it to swimming and diving or rowing, but oh, and I made it to tennis, but the match was over because I had my times mixed up. So I guess technically I never made it to a tennis match.
Your intent was there though.
It was, and I was so hyped, and I'm like, What's going on? The game was canceled. You know?
One of those
Nope.
outdoor sports, you never know. Credence said any upsets we get this year. Oh yeah, there's gonna be upsets. You're
Man, we
gonna
up.
be upset too. I mean, that's what you want to avoid.
Oh yeah,
That's basketball. There's gonna be surprise outcomes all season long.
credits. I just hope that we handle all the wins that we should win, and the ones that are close. Like, I don't know how this game is going to go, or it's going to be a great matchup. Obviously, we'll need to steal a few of those, and then those games who people count us out. I definitely want to steal a few of those, and I think we can.
Yeah, they'll get challenged in a hurry. So,
Oh yeah.
and once those road games start rolling, I mean, the freshmen are about to get baptized into
Oh yeah.
into what it takes out of you week in and week out. I did like all four of the freshmen. They're not shy. They came in ready to play and ready to execute. And sometimes the energy level is a little higher than the execution level,
Yeah,
but you can fix that. So
for sure. It'll come.
it's a good crew.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
first game out. Jessica just said that she joined late, but can we talk about our speed compared to the past couple years? Um, Maria actually referenced it first last night's show about the speed that we have, especially with the freshmen coming in. Um, but I referenced the fact that we look like a track team in certain possessions in our fast breaks. The speed is there, the athleticism is there. Um, we just have to know how to utilize it and sustain it, right? So those minutes, it doesn't get sloppy, it doesn't get out of control. It's a great pace. I think we'll be all right on speed of game, Jessica. What do you think, Maria?
Yeah, they can. I mean, both Jordans can motor. Jordan Horston, Jordan Walker, Alexis Dye flies down the court. She is super fast. And then the two freshmen, Kaya and Brooklyn, and then Strickland and Puckett can get themselves in there too. Alexis, where'd you go?
I'm right here.
You're not my screen. I don't know what happened. Oh, you were eating something. Sorry.
I'm good.
All right, I didn't realize that.
No, it's all good.
So
I just ordered my food right before Bobby told me that.
that's funny. So I agree. You've got some speed. Tomorrow you can get down the floor. I mean, like you said, you don't want to just play fast. You want to play with a purpose.
Right, absolutely.
But this team can run. Definitely.
Oh yeah, our transition is going to look good. I don't know. I'm just excited to see us as we continue to amp up in the competition. Tonight was a good start. Looked good. Fans were happy. Coach was probably happy overall. Obviously, some things to look into, but I don't know. I'm excited about what we're actually going to look like. What is it? The 10th? Is that our first official game?
Yeah. The box score got cut off. It looks like attendance is listed at about 6,000. I'd say about 3 were here. Ballpark, it's cold.
Yeah.
Once they hit 100 with a couple minutes to go, several fans decided, okay,
Yeah,
I saw my 100. I'm headed for the exits. But
oh yeah,
it was a good crowd. Some people masked, some not. But I mean, just it wasn't all the media were, particularly in the media room, just is a safety factor. So it's just nice to have people back and the atmosphere back.
Oh yeah. Definitely. And Sven, you're absolutely right. The biggest thing is that the kids stay healthy and nobody gets injured. Everything else is on the coaches. I mean, it's still on the players too, because I mean, you're watching film, you're talking to each other. You're the ones that are banging and getting beat up day in and day out in practice, the ones that having to run the sprints when you or a teammate messes up. So if they can stay healthy, limited IR, obviously limited COVID exposures and stuff like that, which we cannot account for. I'm serious, y'all. We are going to compete for a Final Four.
There's a lot of growing to do, but this team will compete.
We're going to compete. Listen, I'm putting it out there so that they hear me say it, so that they can be like, yo, Lex really think we can get to a Final Four. I think we can. Do I think it's going to take a lot of work? Absolutely. But I really think that we can get there.
Gerald Ford said Green did some banging up of other players. Love her. Yes, Kian will mix it up.
Oh, and yeah. She's very physical.
It's good to see her back. And she also is somebody that was calming down the freshmen at times, helping them. And you got to have that calm, motherly voice sometimes when you're a youngster and your heart's beating out of your chest out there. So,
yeah,
she's a good figure to have on the floor.
Absolutely.
So that was a good opener. We'll be back in a week. I think it's a 7:00 tip. I'll have to check.
It is an evening tip. Hold on, I have it.
Southern Illinois. How about my Braves winning it last night? Thank goodness. I fell asleep at 4:00 this morning. It was up by 8. So it's a couple of late nights in a row for me. I am just so glad that they were not playing tonight while I had to be here.
I'm glad they ended it.
Yes, end it. Get back to Atlanta, party.
Yeah, it is a 7 p.m. tip-off Wednesday, November 10th, like Maria said, exactly a week from today. Let's go. Time to fill them seats, ladies and gents.
Yeah, everybody get in here. I think the fans are going to like this team. Even when they were up 60, they're diving on the floor for loose balls. I mean, they're not a passive team. They're aggressive, and I think fans are going to enjoy them a lot.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Maria, thank you for figuring out so quickly the media schedule. That happened. I really thought it was going to be like a week or two. Got that done quick, but happy to be here. Bucking 2MC, post-game Lady Vols. It's time. We in season, y'all. It's time.
Yep. Here we go. Let's roll.
All right, y'all. Till next time, go Lady Vols.